Gather around the mic every Thursday night. No scripts, no plans, just a verbal fight. It's a mess of genius and a sprinkle of wit. Welcome to the chaos, we're just talking shit. Just talking shit, and we don't even care. Throwing out nonsense like it's millionaire.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Just Talking Shit. I'm your host, Courtney.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Chris, the shit talker of my generation.
That ain't the damn truth.
I can't even take it away from him. He's earned it, every bit of it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. It's an honor. Wear it as a badge of...
Thank you.
You should.
All right, so how's everybody's week been?
I'm a little scared, to be honest with you.
Why's that?
I watched the news before bed last night, and that's bad. I'm serious because this guy had a AI program, and he was going to get rid of it, like shut it down. So AI started thinking that he's going to destroy it. And so AI on its own, went through his emails and found out he was having an extramarital affair and is getting ready and blackmailing him. So he couldn't shut the program down because even if he shut it down, it's still in the cloud.
Wow.
That's
And
crazy.
it was making up. It wasn't, the guy was not having an affair. But he orchestrated. But I guess it orchestrated this extramarital affair or something, made it look so, and he was going to blackmail the guy.
That's
That
kind
is
of scary.
crazy. See, like that's where
I feel like this is a recurring theme with our...
AI. Like I
I'm
really
nice
don't.
to AI.
Well, yeah, I know, but like I was saying, like it's already having issues where you can't shut it down.
I'm part robot. I've got metal in my body and electricity. I'm part robot.
And then
So I'm
here
gonna take
we
over.
have downloaded it to our phones. So like now I'm like, so
Oh, yeah.
if we try to get rid of it on our phone, so like,
Could you imagine if AI took over my stimulator in my back?
oh yeah, oh god,
Like it's on a phone, but I don't have AI
You know-
on my phone.
Me and AI could help each other. I'm thinking, if it could take care of our bank accounts somehow for us, put some money in that thing, I'll be more than happy to...
Have you heard of E-Trade?
y'all worship your God, I'll worship mine.
Have you ever heard of E-Trade? Y'all ever heard of E-Trade?
Nuh-uh.
I'm not trying to promote them. I'm just telling you. So
sponsor.
you can have no experience with finance, with investing. Zero.
Right?
You put the money in there from your account, and AI does the investing for you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know if I know that particular one, but I know of that concept.
It's E-Trade.
Yeah.
So E-Trade's one of them.
Okay.
But like I use different.
Sorry for the breakup in recording there, guys. We actually heard a loud scream from the other room, and we thought it was... we didn't really know what it was.
Ghost.
We all kind of jerked our headphones off and found out what was going on. Turns out it was just the TV. So somebody had the TV up real loud in another room in the building. So that was interesting because we all heard it. We all looked at each other and
It was
jerked our
probably
headphones
AI
off.
taking over, hearing us talk about it.
Oh, it might have been. Maybe we're the only ones that heard it because it was in our headphones.
That did scare me. Hey, I got a little too around.
I feel like AI has been a reoccurring theme on our podcast. We've talked about it multiple times.
That one got me. It really did. I don't scare
Okay,
easily.
so is that this incident separate from the original when you were telling me the other day about how?
Yes, it is separate.
So what was the other one where?
The other one was when the guy would try to shut it down, AI kept finding a way to open itself back up.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys don't play around with that stuff. Yeah, it's all cool. That's all this cool. Yeah. It's going to lure us in at first, of course, and then now, I mean, just oh god.
Listen, I'm embracing this AI.
We're
Like I
going to end
said,
up going back to the old days where there was no electricity because you're going to have to go off grid or the robots are going to come get
Wait
you, put
till-
you in the freaking human camp.
like I heard somebody say, wait till AI finds out how to manage its own supply chain.
Why are you putting it out there?
Listen, its own supply chain to build itself robots.
Again.
Look,
why are you putting it out there to give an idea?
You know what? Honey, you know what we haven't thought about? He might be have cyborg himself with all that metal and electricity and all that in his body.
I said that.
You know,
I'll be their leader.
I consider you one of my really close
I'll
friends,
be their
right?
leader, yeah.
You know, like, we're good,
Ride or
right?
die.
Like,
Ride or die. Hey, thick and thin.
in case you are, just remember, because I remember you're being nice
got
to
you.
get in. Just remember, us.
I'm nice to my...
Wait, they might feel like you're a half-breed.
That's what I'm thinking. I told somebody, I said, I'm going to be their leader.
That's what you told me.
Yeah, thank you.
You can be the liaison. You can be the liaison between humankind and like.
But when they start getting their own, like Amazon does all this robotic shit and AI, and they start building themselves and then making robots, and they start building more robots, and iRobot becomes real.
Yeah,
you know the only way to fight them. You know the only way to fight them.
How? Go somewhere where there's no electricity.
Nope.
Go off
EMP. You got to hit them with an EMP.
What the hell is an EMP?
Takes all. We use it in warfare. It takes all the energy, depletes battery. Depletes power. You never heard of EMP? So EMP is I believe, I'm not a military guy, but you'd have to ask the guys, but EMP is a technology that, like, let's say the police are chasing a car. You know, you've heard them where they can shut down the car, right?
Right.
Not a bait car, a real car.
Right, yeah. Just shut all the,
that's EMP.
Okay.
So you interrupt the signal. So
it's a communication device, but it just...
Like, I have to be careful with EMP. Because of my electricity in my
stimulator,
body.
I got you.
So certain things like microwaves and things like that, I have to be supposedly leery of.
See, whether this would benefit having Master Sergeant David Hessen on would be some of that information, because he knows he'll know a lot more about that stuff, having been in there for so long.
Hear me out. Water. A shit ton of it.
You don't think that they'd be IP67 rated, that they wouldn't think that far ahead? And if you haven't, think that far ahead.
You're telling me if you throw that son of a bitch in the ocean, it's going to be able to...
You know what a submarine is, right?
Yeah, and you know that they can swim. I'm sure that they've developed a way to swim.
Throw it in the water and blast it with something. It ain't going to be able, because that's what you do with a submarine. Yeah, hit it enough.
When you have a school of them in the ocean coming toward you...
Right, because they can make themselves.
Right, reproduce at record speed,
I'm saying before it gets to that point, water...
They don't get tired.
Before they can get to that point,
they can probably generate their own power. Like, the watches that you wear.
But at the end of the day, a robot is basically run on like...
You ever seen the police robots?
They're coming after Courtney.
You ever seen the police robots that they use already?
I don't say I would do it. I'm just saying.
You ever seen the police robots that have shotguns and stuff?
No.
You haven't? Oh, they got tracks on, like, they'll use them. They got tracks on them. And they'll go upstairs.
Is that like for like a gun shooting kind of
they can go in there.
School shooting kind of situation where they can, or a hostage situation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now the NYPD is using robot dogs. Look up robot dogs, NYPD. They're using them, robot dogs. I'm telling you, that's why, hey, let me take a real quick pause break. But yeah, look up those dogs. I'm telling you, it's amazing. And they can use them like for search and rescue, like let's say a parking garage collapse, right? They can send these dogs in, they got cameras and shit.
Digidog, sniffing out danger. Then there's the GPS Dart, tracking cars driven by people up to no good. And you might run into this roundish robot, keeping an eye on places like Times Square.
We want the public to know that the use of these technologies will be transparent, consistent, and always done in collaboration with the people that we serve.
The NYPD showcasing free new tools that will be rolled out in the coming months. The pilot programs, the department says, linking cops with new technology, especially during extreme situations.
In hostage negotiations, counterterrorism incidents, and other situations as needed.
Digidog was originally launched during the de Blasio administration, but the program was suspended. Civil rights activists said it was an example of over-aggressive policing. Today, Mayor Adams barked back at those complaints.
Digidog is out of...
Look at your pros and cons there. So, yes, you're going to put hardworking law enforcement officers out of work.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You're going to
good.
put canines out of work, which is good.
Well, and even law enforcement officers, and you're going to put canines out of work. However, what you're also going to do is you're going to put that many less lives at risk in a life-threatening type situation.
Look at it like you kind of hit on it a minute ago. They don't get tired, right? That thing doesn't feel pain, so it brushes up against a sharp object when it's searching. It's not
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't care. Dogs can be, trying to, is limited due to pain.
If you kick it, it's going to hurt your foot worse than it's going to hurt that dog.
Right.
But also, too, on the flip side of that, to play devil's advocate a little bit, somebody could hack it and then use it
That's true too.
for,
that. There's always
not
that.
good things. I was
Sorry.
saying with technology, that is always the risk.
Yeah, because what if you're in the
look
middle
at
of a
Hudson,
situation and they bring that canine, that electronic canine in, and you hack it and turn it on its canine master
Right.
or on its officer,
Right.
trainer. I don't know what the correct term is there, but
Look at things like even, and this is different than that, but when a tornado hit in Kentucky, right?
Mhm.
We're at home, and my nephew, he was watching the sky, and he's like, "What's all that?" He got nervous because all these things just came flying in, and they're like hovering. He's
what was it?
all these things came flying in. These like circle things came flying in.
Oh,
And he's like, "What's going on?" It was satellites, Elon Musk Starlink, that got satellites up, so they had communications for Kentucky right there.
oh,
But
really?
they all came in. You could see them just. You could see them up in the
Wow,
sky.
I bet that was kind of neat to see,
Mhm.
though.
Yeah, it's like they're Starlink.
Wow.
I've seen it twice. I've seen it when they had the hurricane.
We saw the launch station when we were down in Florida. That's pretty neat.
They do that.
We didn't go tour it or anything. We just drove by it, and we were in that area. But remember that? Then we went. That was when we went on the vacation, the cruise. Well, Dave pointed it out to me. He said that's.
Well,
he
I
said
mean,
that's where
they're going down there. I was a little bit sleep deprived, so I
that's
don't
true.
really.
He just the one that pointed it out to me when we were on the boat. He said, "Look," they said that's where they launch a lot of the
Elon X,
stuff. Yeah,
SpaceX
stuff. Up.
Here's a rabbit hole.
Go ahead, give it to me one.
So I told my parents, I said, "You do not understand the significance of the creation of AI or the discovery of AI or however you wanted to word it." I said, and my dad brought up a good point. He said, "Well, they said that about the car. They said that about everything. They said that about the airplane." I said, "They did." I said, "You're right." I said, "But AI," I said, "everything you mentioned to me, airplanes, cars,
Mhm.
fish, what that's made out of, AI computes and knows about it.
Right,
And it learns on itself and keeps creating.
right.
Cars don't do that. That car's going to rust and get
It
it
has the ability to self-improve.
with great speed and accuracy."
Right. That's good. That's the scary part.
I said, that's why I told him, I said, "You don't understand the significance in the health field, in aeronautics, in anything, any pharmacology, in medicine, any aspect of life,
Yeah, the applications are endless.
military. I mean,
Yeah.
just mind blowing." I said, you don't understand the significance of this creation,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, eventually war, well, it's kind of that way now. War's going to be fought a lot less with guns and a lot more with computers.
I don't want to talk about, one of my family members was in the military recently, and what he did was operate drones.
Dave, if I'm not mistaken, he operated satellites. He worked in combat communications.
Yeah, he's
He
in
operated
combat.
satellites. Yeah.
Dave helped us down in the fires.
Yeah, he said what they did was, I think from what I understand, our other friends that Todd and Dee, they were in the unit. I can just say their names.
Yeah.
Todd and Dee, they were in that unit. And I could be totally fucking this up, but I understand Dave ran the satellites. Todd was the one that did most of the hooking up of everything.
Yeah.
The actual cables and got everything hooked up. And Dee worked in encryption. So, of course, them all being retired now,
Yeah.
it's all good. But I think that's what they all did.
By the way, your video's done.
Oh, I figured.
Mhm.
No, it's just sleeping.
There's a thing on.
Or
No, it's all right.
Or I could be totally fucking that up. And
Probably.
that's not even
Probably
had
are.
nothing to do with their jobs.
Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm. That'd be real. What other topics? You want to keep on the AI one? Or you want to talk about others?
Well, that's up to you guys. Let's see. Let me pull out my handy dandy notebook. All of my millennials will know where that's from.
That'd be Dora the Explorer.
Negative, sir.
Oh, wait. Is it not
There's
Dora?
clues.
Oh, I meant, that's what I meant.
Oh, Steve.
That's what I meant. My bad.
Yeah, my children were into that.
Oh, Steve and Blue.
Taylor was into Blue's Clues.
Wasn't that long ago that old Steve from Blue's Clues, because there was different. I don't know if his name was still Steve, but there was different ones that took over Steve's role, but Steve was the original. And like a few years ago, he posted a video it's like during COVID, to all the millennials kicking in with us. He did like he would do on the show. I mean, it was just, nostalgic.
Reaching out to his demographic. What was his demographic then as they've gotten older?
Yeah.
A shout out to, not a shout out, but in memory of, condolences to the family of Loretta Swit from Hot Lips Houlihan from MASH.
Oh, yeah? She
passed away. Yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
That's such a great show.
It was. Classic.
All right. So now, next one I got. Okay, so I've been on TikTok lately.
No.
Hey, real quick, can I interrupt you real fast? I'm sorry, because I will forget.
I mean, you already have, so I guess.
Okay, thank you. Shout out to Appalachian Cannabis in Knoxville, Tennessee. Appalachian Cannabis. I told him about to give a shout out. Andrew?
Yes.
Yes, let me pull that date.
I just didn't want to.
Let me pull that
I'll let Fly
date.
sign me now. I'm sure there'll be some comments about it.
Probably in my favor.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Y'all go ahead and finish talking. I'll have to dig up the date.
I wish they'd let that Courtney girl talk. I was kidding.
And the funny thing is, you're running the soundboard.
Well,
You had the mute button right in front of you.
Listen, I cut in when I need to.
Scared the shit out of me earlier with that sound effect.
Oh. You gonna be all right? You gonna be able to do the rest of this
I know, I was a little jumping.
podcast?
I do need to stand up. Thank you. There, it feels better.
Wow. And here I thought I was the only girl.
I'm sorry. It's the rods in my back that are, making a little stiff tonight.
So we found our dates here. I wasn't prepared for that, so that was my bad.
I didn't know we were supposed to bring a date.
Yeah, I got God, such a dad joke. So for those who, I think if you've listened to the podcast before, and a lot of you already know him, a buddy of ours, Andrew, plays in a band called 7 Year Sideshow. They are amazing. You've got to go check them out. They're actually going to be playing with Faster Pussycats here in Knoxville. The venue's going to be called the Open Chord. That's July 3rd, 2025. Obviously, I'm reading off, so that's why I had to take the...
Good guy. Oh, Andrew's a good one.
Dude, he's fantastic. We love that guy to death, man.
He can sing. That's
He sing his ass off, and his band is so good.
And not to mention, he's dating my lady.
Yes, he's dating one of our good friends, Elise.
Miss Elise.
And so, anyway, guys, if you're in Knoxville,
classy.
If you're in Knoxville on July 3rd, check out Open Chord. It's a cool venue too. Those guys do a lot of great concerts. Let's see. Let's click on the link here and see what the time is.
Jesus.
This particular link does not show the time, but we can go right here. Where's it at? At 8 p.m. is what it says. 8 p.m. So the venue is Open Chord, and it's Faster Pussycat. For those of you that are old people like Chris and I, grew up in the 80s, y'all might remember Faster Pussycat. They were a pretty badass metal band back in the day. So
never heard of her.
Chris, of course, hasn't heard of her because it has the word pussy in it, and Chris has never seen one of those.
I hate you.
So anyway, check them out, guys. They're awesome. That's all I got to say about that.
All right.
Imagine, if you will, a bearded bitch behind the bar. Her name is Josh.
Thank you, sir. Can I have another?
Obviously, Chris had some free time this morning.
Retirement has done him well. It has not done me so well.
He loves playing with AI. He is, that's probably one of his good friends. He's very nice to AI. They get along.
Oh, here.
I mean, even I wouldn't vote for Josh.
You got to tell him who it is, though.
Yeah, let's just leave it out there. Let's make people make their own assumptions.
There you go. I like that one better.
Okay.
Now we'll play the
Fair
one.
enough.
We'll play one.
So,
right here.
Here you go. Do that one. I know which one you're thinking of.
All right. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Josh is the best bartender that I've ever had, I think. If you don't remember. The guy who looked like Fat Jesus.
Okay, so I want to do something here. So,
I'm sorry.
So even previous presidents know my name. I'm a legend.
In your own mind.
How many presidents have said your name?
Courtney, go ahead. See how I disregarded it.
I don't even care what president is. Left, right, doesn't matter. A president said my name. He didn't say your name.
Go ahead, Courtney.
Okay, then. Back to where I was going. So I want to do something. So let me do it.
Oh, I'm good.
And I want to see how it plays out. I'm good right now. But anyway, so again, I've been on TikTok here lately, and on my For You page recently, there's been these videos I've been getting about these people that live in the Appalachian Mountains.
Oh, yes. Now, I've heard you listen to stuff like that lately.
So, the Appalachian Mountains. So like that one? No. Let's see. Let's try it again. Hold on. Maybe.
Spooky. That's spooky.
Yeah, let's go. So anyway, so apparently the videos I've seen, there's this whole like folklore superstition that if you were out in the mountains and you hear whistling, no, you didn't. You turn around and you go back into the house. If you hear somebody calling out to you in the woods, no, you didn't. You turn around and you go back into the house. Like, that's what all these videos are saying. Like, there's like, you're not supposed to acknowledge any voices that you hear while out in the Appalachian Mountain because it's like some sort of like entity. I don't know exactly.
Haunted.
Yeah, but once you like acknowledge it, you like invite it to like.
You don't invite the
You
spirit
invite it in. Yeah, like it's like a whole thing. Like,
right.
And I didn't realize it, but I mean, I guess that would make sense. I think the Appalachian Mountains have always had like this mysterious lore to it.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to be like the oldest. So I was listening to a podcast earlier. So it's supposed to be like the oldest.
Real quick, if you don't care. Speaking
Okay.
of podcast.
Yeah.
Chris is the podcaster of his generation.
Now the president said my name. Biatch.
Wow.
Yeah,
that
sorry,
was.
go ahead.
Wow.
I was waiting.
Feel better? Feel better?
I feel weight off.
Feel better?
Touche, okay.
Touche, okay.
Anyways, but apparently, and I don't know this actor, but just the podcast I was listening to, apparently, like, the Appalachian is supposed to be, like, the oldest, like, land there is, according to what this person said.
You know, all this area around the Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah.
That would have to be just as old, right? I'd be saying this table.
Well, that's what you said. Maybe I just misheard it.
This is the oldest part of this table right here.
Trying to get some.
Look, this is the oldest part of this table right here.
You know, I hate you.
That's what you're telling me. Hey, let me out here. This works good. Look, I'm not being mean. Look at. I want to draw this real quick. Look what I'm drawing. It's kind of a make show shitty, but I'm still going to draw.
Okay, but civilization started out.
Here's the country.
Oh, okay.
Here's the Appalachian.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But wouldn't a point of the formation have to start somewhere? So couldn't the Appalachian Mountains be that point that it started?
You think it started right there with all the ice?
You don't know.
There's
Were
an
you
ice.
here?
Hey, flat earthers.
Were you here?
Flat earthers would tell you there's an ice wall.
Hey,
flat earthers.
You got anything to say? Anything to?
Nope.
I was just gonna let y'all fight that out.
It's nothing at all.
So you know my feelings on like supernatural stuff.
I know.
I think there's an explanation for everything, and I don't think just because you don't understand what it is, you lean into something supernatural. It's okay to just say I don't know what that is, but there's something.
I mean, even if it's not true, it's just crazy that it's just something that's been handed down.
Don't get me wrong.
It's a very old, and that's not even all of it. Like,
I love a good ghost story.
Apparently,
they're fun, they're creepy, I enjoy.
And there's a lot more. I plan on looking more into this because
I don't believe in supernatural.
I enjoy it. That stuff I enjoy. But like, there's like a very haunted piece of land.
You don't think like Native American burial grounds.
And one of them is Native American related. She's called the Bone Lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
As an old Native American.
Oh, yeah,
called
you were
the Bone
listening to that one
Lady.
today, weren't you? I heard you listening to that
Dolly
one.
Parton?
She was known. No. Her name was Teresa?
I just heard you here. I heard it through the door. I didn't.
Tabitha. No, her name was Tabitha. She was known as the watcher of the children, but essentially the babysitter of the town.
There's a Dolly Parton song, I believe, that references her. It talked about throwing bones.
Yeah.
A bag of throwing bones.
Yeah. But apparently this town was so closed off from the outside world, like they didn't let outsiders in.
Oh, maybe
so
this wasn't the
this
same.
lady would be the one that would watch the children, but there was like a very high rate of kids that would die, but because they were so closed off from the outside of this of the rest of the world, they didn't realize that was a very high number compared to the rest of the world. Like,
right.
No, that amount of children was not dying, so they didn't know it was abnormal. Until like one day, one of the kids' brothers was going to pick him up and look through the peephole or something like that, and the children were all there sitting in like a trance while one of the other kids was dancing with this caribou-like creature, and he ran to go
How
get
high
the
are
adults.
you right now?
This is what they said. I was telling you the story. I didn't make it up.
I got high sitting here listening to that from the words.
That's what they said. So he runs to get the adults for some help.
Fucker, it's like a choose your own adventure book.
But of course, by the time they get there, there's nothing going on. But one of the kids had died mysteriously again under this woman's care. So then, they run her out of town, and that's how. And then, because apparently they found
yeah, let's not do anything about it. Let's just get her to go away.
I'm still on the peephole thing. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's like not peephole. Okay, I'm sorry, not peephole. But there's like a slit in like the door in this or like the board of the house, because it was like back in like
you said the brother went. You said the brother came to pick him up.
Yeah,
where was the brother at?
The brother was like working with the parents.
So they were out in the real world.
I mean,
your story's got fucking more holes in it than damn screen door.
Listen, I'm giving you the Cliff Notes version, okay? This is verbatim, okay? I probably am forgetting some things because I was trying to.
Some things? How about the fucking plot?
Oh, God, I hate you so much. You know what? I'm gonna re-listen to it, and we're going to come back to this next week.
Please come back with some information. This headline brought you breaking news. Breaking news. Nothing.
Sorry, honey.
Sorry. You knew it was going to be one of these days.
Yeah, I know. You've been in a feisty mood all day. Speaking of, here's my news segment called
Okay.
What Pet Your Peeves?
What pet your peeves?
Yeah.
Okay, what are we doing in this segment?
His is slow drivers, and mine on the backside of that is slow. His is slow drivers in the left lane. He was coming down Chapman Highway. Mine is people that not only do that, but turn left off of Chapman Highway with no freaking turn signal.
Right.
Drives me nuts, but go ahead, take it away.
And no. And what about the ones that are in the left lane and they pace the person going next to them?
Because, and they won't go on.
Because every traffic jam worldwide starts with one asshole.
Or here's one. Or you know how when there's like construction and they tell you have like so much, like a half mile for it. But then you have that one asshole that waits till the very last minute, and that's what freaking messes it up.
Starts bottlenecking
every time. It jacks it up because they want to wait. I'm like,
she
no.
cusses them like sailors.
I will not let them
time.
over. No, I'm like, no.
But she also hates to drive, so everywhere we go, I drive.
It puts me in a bad mood.
Yeah,
every time.
I was a little tore up this morning because I was coming down Manderville Highway, and the speed limit in construction is 45. And that's reasonable. There was a person doing 34, and there's cars piled up behind this guy.
Yeah.
More accidents had to be caused, I think, too, by slow drivers.
You got to stay at least with the flow of traffic.
There's slowpoke law, supposedly. They need to. Here's a rumor I heard. So
that means it's true if you heard it.
THP possibly is going to start enforcing that slowpoke law. So y'all better pay attention.
I do right at the speed limit. I know you got behind me and you cussed me like a sailor.
I think I'm full of shit, too, on that THP thing. I was just trying to get that rumor out there so people get that out of the way.
Dude, I was coming back from Chris's house one time. And I may have told this story on one of the previous shows, but I was coming back from Chris's house one time, and he was coming behind me. We were going to stop at...
I was following him in our vehicles.
We were going to stop at our local drinking hole and hang out for a minute. And he calls Courtney. He's like, why the hell is he going so slow? She says, that's just the way he drives. I drive the speed limit.
No. Horse and buggy is the speed you were going.
Yeah.
He said he
doesn't get in a hurry.
He said, I think I saw snails pass him.
I saw bugs get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Excuse me, sir.
That's how I drive. I don't drive. You know why? I banged up way too many damn cars in my lifetime, driving like an idiot. So I drive in the right-hand lane. I stay in the slow lane. I don't get in the fast lane.
No, you didn't run in the left lane. I'll give you that.
I stay in the slow lane, and I just ride by there. If I got somebody slower than me, I just slow down.
Yeah.
I don't go around them. I just slow down. They'll eventually turn off.
All right. I think we're going to take a
quick break. They need their cancer stick break.
All right. We'll be right back, y'all.
Deuces.
All right, y'all. We're back.
We're back.
So, what y'all think about the What Pets Your Peeves? Trademark, by the way. Nobody can steal that.
I like that. That's pretty good.
I came up with that all on my own.
I still hate people that are in the left lane.
Yes.
What's one of yours?
Oh, I didn't say what mine was.
No, that's what I was going to say. What's one of yours?
What is one of mine? What is it? What's something I bitch about, honey, when I'm driving?
Lord, I don't know, because there's no telling what's going to get you started on your soapbox.
No, that's not wrong. It's funny because, like, all of a sudden, it'll be something. It's obscure. It won't even mean anything, and it'll be something that rubs me the wrong way. And I can't think of any of them right off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of something more driving wise that drives me insane. I'll tell you what drives me.
People driving the speed limit.
No, what drives me insane is people. No, is people that weave in and out of traffic. Like, love you, Karen. How Karen drives. Karen cannot stand to be behind somebody.
Made him so nervous. He swore he would never.
Oh yeah, we don't. So when we go somewhere, it's me. Either I drive or Karen's husband Dave drives, and more times than not, we let Dave drive because I don't know. It's a respect thing. I just let him do. He wants to drive.
Anything loaded up?
Oh yeah,
sure.
Okay, sorry. Continue.
Quite all right.
Continue.
But people that drive like that, ones that just weave in and out of traffic all the time, that drives me insane because it's so
we
dangerous.
have to when people like you are driving the speed of.
But you know what I do? I stay in the slow lane because when I do the speed limit, I stay in the slow lane. I don't give going.
Hate you.
I don't even pass anybody. If I get behind somebody slow, I go slow.
Yeah, you do.
I know I do.
We hate you.
It's okay, honey. I've come to love you for it.
It's okay. I'm saying I don't get in a hurry. The rest of the world would slow down. I wouldn't have to speed up. I said that the first podcast. Why be in a hurry?
I'm in a hurry to get things.
We got one life.
Russia, till life's no fun.
That's a good song.
Let's embrace the chaos.
All right, so.
Means Chief has arrived on scene. Okay.
All right, what else you got, Annie?
So, did y'all see that wreck in Gatlinburg?
Oh, wow, that was crazy.
Praying for the victims and,
Yeah, apparently there was 7 people injured. 6 were sent to the hospital. 3 by helicopter to UT.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 of them were like pedestrians. I think 5 were in the vehicles. I don't know. 5 plus 2.
And the cause of the accident was, I believe she had a medical episode.
They think it's a medical, but it's still under investigation. There's not been any more.
Okay. But that's the theory that people are working with?
That it was the driver. Apparently, it was from my understanding, from what I've seen, it was a white van, and apparently they were speeding, but they think it's because they had a medical event like a seizure or heart attack.
Right.
And it caused a lot of chaos. I mean, right there and like the strip in Gatlinburg. I mean, if anybody who's ever been up there knows, especially this time of year, how busy it's a wonder that not more people were hurt, to be honest with you. I mean, it's unfortunate the people that were hurt, now,
right. But it's
prayers and thoughts to them and their family.
But that's such a compact area, and there's so much traffic.
Even in the videos,
and vehicle traffic.
Even in the videos that you saw, it was really crowded up there that day. So, I mean, the fact that it just wasn't like,
it's getting crazy, and
than what it was is, yeah.
Having grown up in Sevier County, Gatlinburg was, when I was a kid, was a blast to go to. And I'm not saying it's not now, but you're seeing it more and more in the news, both with bears coming down from the mountains, running around downtown Gatlinburg.
You're in their home.
You're seeing these vehicle accidents. I think they've had a couple that were, really tragic like that. They're just, it's
maybe bears are bad drivers.
It's, but I mean, they've been in the news a lot, and it's very unfortunate because, Gatlinburg is a fun place. There's a lot of fun things to do.
Well, I mean, there's only so far we can encroach on their environment and their habitat without them. I mean, where are they supposed to go right now? Especially with all the fires and stuff, like.
I had one run in front of me one time.
Well, and the crazy thing is they're not even in the news for like crime or anything. Yeah. They're in the news for bears, and they're in the news for
and you got these freaking idiots, and I mean, I'm sorry,
wildfires,
idiots that want to feed the bears and act like there's some, domesticated animal they can go up to.
Yeah.
So when the bear attacks, that bear has to be put down. That always has made me mad.
I just want to reiterate that we hope everybody has a good outcome with that from that accident.
Wishing everybody the best that's involved in that situation for sure.
And our thoughts and prayers, definitely.
Yeah.
So not to make light of it at all.
No.
No. Yeah, this is crazy.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. I mean, I had a bear run in front of me one night on Chapman Highway.
Did you really?
Yeah, there's a cub that ran out right around just south of Stone Road. And it came running out.
It's not unheard of for them to be seen in as far south as South Knoxville, in some parts of South Knoxville.
We had I've seen them in Knoxville.
And that's crazy. That thing, but they're running out of space. Gatlinburg's as much and as cool as all those places are. The more that it's getting built, the less space they have.
The cabins, though, honestly, there's new cabin developments going up all the time around there.
But there's a lot more attractions. There's attractions going up
that too.
About there.
Bears can't wreck cabins.
Well, yeah, no, I know that.
So what are they going to do? I mean, they can't go up there and be like, "Hey, can I book this Airbnb for a weekend?"
So for the record, no one tried to feed bears.
Keep my name out your mouth, fat Jesus.
No one tried to feed bears.
Yes.
Ever.
They're not.
It is not a good idea. They are great animals. They're beautiful, majestic animals, but they are dangerous animals. They will defend their cubs. They will defend their den. They will attack you. They will defend their food. Do not approach a bear.
Wear bells so that way when people are looking and they come upon some bear shit with bells in it.
You're stupid. What? Don't take his advice. Just stay as far away from them as you can.
Yeah.
Just don't. I don't want to give any incorrect advice, but other than to stay away. And I don't think that's
the best advice.
I don't
stay away
think
from it.
Stay away.
You do more harm than good, and a lot of bears have to pay the price for our stupidity as humans.
Yes, for our interference.
That is just the truth of the matter.
Yeah.
They're not dogs. They're not domesticated animals. They're not cute.
They do what God put them here to do.
Cute looking, but they aren't.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're
friendly.
They're beautiful animals.
Yeah.
I mean, they're beautiful. They're black bears that we have here in the Smoky Mountains are absolutely beautiful animals.
Mm-hmm.
But they're the apex. We are not in that scenario. You're not going to survive that encounter. If they decide they don't like you, they're not going to survive that encounter. Just stay away.
Well, that was all that I had for this week. Do either of you have anything you want to talk about, or do you want to just move on to this?
Try to see. Oh, you went to your dinner not that long ago. I know you've been going to those pretty regularly at the firehouse. How'd that last dinner?
It was a good time. It was real good. Great as Mexican.
Was it nice?
Fajitas.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. Did you bring anything, or did you just freeload?
I freeload, man.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah. It's the food tastes so much better when it's free.
Yeah, I figured.
They won't let me pay a lot, though. They won't. I need to bring them some ice cream.
He definitely is not a freeloader.
No,
he
freeloader.
Honestly, whenever he's out in public, he'll often pick up items of for other people. Like if he'll pick up a drink of somebody else's.
I can't pick anything up. My back hurts.
Or he'll buy, he'll buy somebody's soda. Or he's always taking care of somebody else. I don't often like to say. I don't often like to say nice things about him, but I can say that he's definitely not selfish.
Pay it forward.
He's an idiot, but he's not selfish.
100%. 100%.
But, all right, Andy, what you got on the games?
So this one is called No Wrong Answers.
No, okay. This is a new game. We haven't played this one yet, huh?
Yes, it's supposed to be 70 plus hilarious, spicy, and unexpected conversation starters for adults.
No, Lord. Okay, then.
Are we playing another sex game?
Probably some sex associated with
I'm sitting here by myself and you guys are a couple.
It's not like they've been couple based.
A good friend of ours would say that's a YP, not an MP.
Chris needs to be on my podcast.
Oh, you and Joe Rogan are big buddies? Are you?
Okay, so I'm going to go with the first card.
Chris needs to be on my podcast.
All right. You ready? It's a super, super spicy.
You got a spicy one?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Good. I can stay over here.
You can sit over there and be single.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Buckle up.
Oh, it's strapped in.
What is your most out there, irrational, and embarrassing fear? Look, you're giving me.
What would I be?
I don't feel like any of my fears are irrational.
No?
I'll say my fear of snakes.
Yeah, I don't like snakes at all.
And I say this in the sense that
murder worm.
I have a fear of them to the point where I can be within a few feet of them and go, oh, okay, I see that snake. I know I can avoid it, and I'm not going to panic in that mode. However, I had a buddy of mine named Matt that used to breed snakes, and he one time brought me into his snake breeding room. It was in a bedroom in his house, and I say he had 500 snakes.
Oh, really?
This dude had 500
this is getting
snakes.
spicy.
No, and he made all kinds of money, like, breeding these things. But I walked in there, and that was the scariest shit that I had ever experienced in my entire life.
I bet.
I broke into a sweat. He goes, this is horrible. He goes, at that time I carried this little revolver. It was like my everyday carry. I used to every day. And he goes, I don't know why, but you reach back behind you to grab your revolver. He goes, what the hell were you going to do with it? I club it. I don't know, but I was
That's
sweating.
Satan's tape measure.
I was sweating. That's
a nope rope.
It was I wasn't ignorant for even doing it, but.
That's a Freddy no shoulders.
Yeah. Dude, it was that was the scariest moment of my life, I do believe.
Was a snake?
Yeah.
Yeah,
just being in that room.
Really
just being in that
irrational or
room.
embarrassing, though.
It's not, but I don't, like I said, I don't feel like that's like,
that was the scariest moment of your life?
Yeah, I'm not scared to stand in front
It's your most out there, irrational, and embarrassing fear. Okay, you know what? Let's do another one.
Yeah, that one sucks.
Yeah, way to draw a shitty one, honey.
Yeah, shitty card.
Way to draw a shitty one, honey.
You know what? Let's just do that.
Hey, when you draw one this time, make it less shitty.
Yes. No, more.
Please, okay.
Less on the shitty side.
Shitty cards.
Is this a non-shitty card? That's a big no. It was a shitty one, apparently.
Okay, you are the spotter from Charlotte's Web, and the farm's new cow is pissing you off. What shit are you writing about them in your web today?
Fuck you, you big fat fucking moo cow.
That's gonna web that.
That's a really big web.
Yeah, how big's that web's gonna be? He's got a novel. He's got a novel. Wait.
I know, like, that's a big... I'm like...
That's a lot.
Sorry.
That's a lot.
They just got a moo cow. All right.
Gotta make sure you know what kind of cow it is. You got Holstein, Jersey cows, and moo cows.
You got what?
I'm gonna treat it
Jersey's, Holsteins, and moo cows.
I'm gonna treat it like a like a bathroom stall, and I'm gonna write the address of that cow onto that web so all the male cows know where the hell she is, and she's gonna get fucked. That's what's gonna happen.
I'll write medium rare steak, please.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's the winner. That's definitely the winner.
Yep, Black Angus.
Would you like to draw a card, or would you like me to just keep reading? You know?
Well, so far you're 1 for 3. Sound it out, buddy.
That was stupid.
One syllable at a time. Come on, you got it.
No, it really is stupid.
Well, I didn't go through them before. I just listen. It was supposed to be spicy.
All right, you're a young family who just saw the town's infamous murder house is up for sale. How do you rationalize buying it?
Ghost.
Well, since I don't believe in the supernatural, as long as it's cheap, I'll buy it.
Yeah, cheap. Is it a nice house? Like, how many bedrooms?
I'm going to pretend I believe in the supernatural if it's what it takes to get the fucking price down on that house. I'm going to believe real hard for just a minute. Just give me the price down on that house.
See, where he doesn't believe, I'll go and be like, I'm your friend. You know how you're nice to your AI? I'll be like, I'm your friend.
I'll tell AI, hey, make a noise that scares the supernatural.
Be like, don't possess me. I don't know who you can possess, but just be standing like...
just a nod towards me.
Yeah.
Look at me.
What are you doing? Oh, look at you. I didn't know that was there. Look at me not knowing things.
Oh, in your microphone stand?
Yeah. Oh, you loading that back up? It's about time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. I got some right here.
Oh, I got some right here, brother.
That's what I put in there with some of whatever I had. Actually, this is a blend.
Is it?
Of diamond.
What about you? What's your answer? You forgot the damn question.
I know what it was. How do I rationalize buying a house? See?
Yeah.
You know why? Because I am the podcaster of my generation.
Trademark.
Yep. And this is more than a one-track mind.
But a half-track mind.
I hate you, Fat Jesus. I would. I don't know how I'd answer that one. That's a good question.
Yeah, that's why she asked it.
No, he asked it.
Yeah, I asked it. See, again, the podcast from my generation. Keep up, Fat Jesus.
Don't.
Let's go to the next one.
Okay, Josh, you wanna?
Yeah, I'll draw one. Let's look here. Chris, if you need help next time reading it, we'll help you, little buddy.
I hate you.
This is.
Oh, I haven't hit it.
The other day, I tried to hit it.
This one's a weird
like
one.
it was.
Maybe I don't see what.
And I go to hit it, and they're like, "Oh wait, it's so free."
Puffco, we'd love to hear from you guys.
Maybe we should write them a letter. Email them. Go ahead, use the whole AI there, Chris, to draft us up an email, and
we'll let them know. We'll let them know that we've mentioned them on every podcast we've done so far. So here, I'm listening there. I'm taking me. What piece of life advice are you sure as shit not listening to? What piece of advice have you been given that you're not using? You're not incorporating at all that you should be.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
What piece of life advice have you been given in life that you know you should be following, but you're just not doing it? You're not following it.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Jesus Christ.
Mine would be live every day like it's your last. Definitely, I'm not doing that.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mine's real easy. And it's from a movie quote.
That's probably all of us, really.
Mine's a movie quote.
Okay.
Get busy living or get busy dying.
Which one are you doing?
Yeah.
I said get busy living or get busy dying.
So your actions look like you're busy living, but your physical being looks like you're busy dying.
I hate you. With a passion. He's upset with my beauty.
Oh, yeah, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, there's our friend Puffco coming to talk.
Yep.
All right, let's look for another one right here.
Off to get off.
This one says, oh, I don't know what that means. Let's just go.
Hey, you need some help with reading there, Fat Jesus? Big words for you? Just spell it out. Sound it out.
I don't know what you're supposed to. Hey, how does this works with the two of them on it, honey?
You got to read them both.
Yeah, you read them all. Yeah, you start it off like I think it sets like a. Yeah, you have to read the whole thing.
This says aliens are challenging you. Hey, you all right?
No, that's a big hit. All right.
So aliens are challenging humanity to a game of basketball. Who would win? It's got to be aliens. Depends on the aliens. If it's not them little 3 foot gray dudes, dude, we're gonna stuff their asses all.
They were smart enough to get here before we got to them. They're probably gonna beat us in basketball too.
Yeah,
right. I mean, but see, I feel like they don't exercise physically. Well, they got these lanky ass arms.
Aliens. So how can I honestly answer that question?
You don't believe in aliens?
I'm not saying I don't believe in them. I'm saying I have not personally met an alien. So how do I know like what they're capable of?
How do you know you haven't?
How do I know that how do we even know that aliens have arms? Like we're assuming they have appendages like we do.
We think they got antennas.
We're talking about those.
It could be like a whole. It could be like
them
gray thing from
them gray almond headed dudes.
Elf.
No,
Coneheads.
from the show that Seth MacFarlane did for the space show. Orville.
Yeah, Orville. Yeah, the Orville.
The goo thing. The goo. What's his name? Norm Macdonald played him. What was his name?
Played that goo. Yeah.
Yeah. See, they could look like that. That was an alien. You don't know what they look like. And again, we don't know what they're capable of.
That's true. You know, I've often said, I bet if they like, I've often said, listen to me. I've said before though that if like, what if we're just insignificant?
Oh, you are. You definitely are.
What was it Neil deGrasse Tyson said? When Neil deGrasse Tyson said,
didn't you bring him up last podcast too?
Possibly because we talked.
Oh yeah, one of them. Yeah,
because he once said, what if aliens drove by here, saw us down here killing each other and just being idiots, and decides there's no intelligent life down here?
Is this a deja vu moment?
It could be.
Deja vu? Did I hear this before? I'm pretty sure my memory's good.
Yeah, probably.
I heard this before.
All right, here's
sorry, y'all.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, I tried to hog him over there.
Okay. Survey says.
All right. Y'all, you know, you feel the space while I'm looking for something.
Huh?
You can. We were singing.
Yeah, we were Jeopardy.
We are the music singing transition pieces
of our generation. Doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo. Hey, shout out to Leslie, our sales lady.
Yes. She we actually had some koozies made, hand koozies made up, and she sold them in like record time. It was crazy.
And y'all, we are not making any money right now doing this podcast. Is what we are doing is when we sell the koozies and the stickers and so forth, we put that money into production for this to be able to buy airtime.
Yes. So please,
here is a sex
grab
question.
a sticker for $3,
or a koozie for $5, or a magnet for I don't know what the magnets cost yet.
We'll get you a cost on the magnet for sure.
But Courtney will take care of that and put it online for us.
Yeah, I
It
gotta
goes
get
to
on
just
that.
support us and help our podcast.
Yeah, it helps our podcast grow. And to be honest with you, the more recognition we get, so ask everybody to like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
That'll help immensely.
Hit all the buttons they're supposed to hit.
Yeah, we like doing this too, and just keep us going. You know, this keeps us active and keeps us
Exactly, because the more we can get popular on the ones that we're streaming now, the more we can get it on other streaming apps. We just got to we're working towards that. That is our goal. So,
and we can get more interesting guests. When we start getting a little money in the wallet.
I had a buddy. I'm not going to say where he's at, but he said we could call him anytime, and he's a great guy. Great guy.
Yeah, that's kind of vague.
Yeah, he would partake.
Had a guy said we could call him, and he's a great guy.
He would
That's kinda
partake.
vague.
He would partake with us, and he's a friend of mine.
Okay.
So,
and we're back. We keep cutting on you. Sometimes we have to clear a throat. Sometimes we have to sidebar.
Let me clear my throat.
Sometimes we have to pee.
Who's that from? Where's that from? Let me clear my throat.
Your boyfriend?
No, that's from the 80s.
Song.
Yeah, it is a song. Do you know it? Do you know who it is?
No.
Are you going to try
I got
to
my
whisper
hand
to
in my
me?
pocket and my finger on the trigger.
I think you were, weren't you?
No.
It looked like
I really wasn't.
you looked like you were about to. I was
I was
like,
just leaning over
is he about-
stretching.
That was the Beastie Boys.
like, that's
I was
not
just
gonna
leaning
work.
over stretching.
Oh, okay.
Hey, that was the Beastie Boys.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I said, I got my hand in my pocket and my finger on the trigger. My posse getting
I
big and my
appreciate you
posse
sharing
getting
some
bigger.
information with me I didn't give a shit about.
Some voice that got treble, some voice that got bass. I got the voice that's in your face.
Good job.
Thank you. Well, shout out to the Beastie Boys.
Oh, we're still off?
No, we're recording.
Okay, I can then.
One lonely beastie I be. Okay, go ahead.
Are you done?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so here we go.
All right, give
This
it to
is about sex.
Oh,
shit.
Here's the spicy
Wow.
ones.
Okay.
What are the 3 key attributes of a medium sexual experience? Not good, not bad, just medium.
Of a medium.
Awkwardness for sure.
I feel like that's when everybody gets off, but there was like no real passion behind it. It was mechanical.
Yes.
Like that's medium sex. Like, okay, yeah, we got to the goal, but it was like,
But what are like 3
boring.
key attributes of that? Like,
3 attributes of that.
Trying to think of something.
Like when you're in your head about something other than what you're doing.
oh yeah, that's definitely, yeah.
When you're in your head, when you're thinking about anything other than what you're doing right now.
Keep going.
Think instant, I don't want to say like regret, but like instant, like,
Keep going.
When you got off and it still wasn't satisfying.
Keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can only get so hard.
I think Chris is touching himself right now.
I don't know. Yeah.
See, this is hard for us because we don't have that kind of sex.
Thank
Okay,
you for
so lack of passion.
Thank you for shit we didn't ask.
So lack of passion,
Yeah.
almost kind of like robotic, like not like robotic, but like.
You two want a cranberry juice and a fucking little nook in the corner? Or you want to have a fucking podcast?
We're answering the question. No,
I'm answering the 3 attributes for me. It's lack of passion, just mechanical.
That's kind of the same thing, really, though.
Okay, yeah, I guess. I don't know. 3? I think 3's a little. I mean, it's just. I think it just kind of encompasses the whole thing.
Yeah, pretty much. It fits all 3 of them. It's when there's just no passion, and it's just Everybody went through the motions and we got there. That's a mediocre sex.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically it.
What about you? You've been awfully quiet over there.
Well, he has no sex to reference.
I don't have mediocre sex.
You've never, ever just had.
Nope.
Okay.
Here's an attribute of mediocre sex. I got kids in the next room.
You might want to rephrase that.
When there's kids in the next room and you're having to be really, really quiet, and your mind, it's like you're having to concentrate on being quiet. You're having to concentrate on something other than what you're doing because you're trying to concentrate on being quiet, and you just end up going through the motions because, like the kids, that sucks sometimes. Not that we do that, but when it sucks to have to filter, to have to be quiet when you don't really want to be,
or when you just give in to the other one just to get them to leave you alone.
Oh, and there's that too. She's like, okay, yeah. Yes, honey, sure, I'm into this.
I'm not saying that happens. I was saying that I've been in that experience before, not with you, but I have been. All right, then we're back.
So, if there's a cut, a very unusual cut and edit in there, I made a comment that I realized my phrasing was way out.
We're going to edit it out.
Gonna edit all that out? So
yeah,
it got fixed.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can edit out the pauses. It won't be.
Yeah, I mean,
the part that went over your head.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it. I'm just telling them that if you hear the pause, it's because there was something we said that we were like, oh, wait a minute, that didn't sound at all like what we intended. That's got to get cut. And
yeah,
so
get cut.
Love you guys.
What the fuck is Courtney talking about?
Who was that?
That's Chris Rock.
Oh.
What the fuck is Courtney talking about?
He's trying to get me to smack him.
So what are you using on that?
It's a AI app called
my
Parrot.
Name out.
That's what I did with Will. That's what I did earlier, Will Smith. I said, keep my name out your mouth, fat Jesus. That's called Parrot.
It's called Parrot?
Mm-hmm.
So how does it work?
I can type in like Tony Soprano. So.
And just type in the text and he'll say it?
Fuck you, fat Jesus, right here. I go here and make sure I do an image.
Okay.
It creates it for me.
So I could do a celebrity voice and totally do an endorsement of the of my employment.
You, Father Jesus.
That's not Tony Soprano.
It's definitely not.
No.
So I can make it sound like Al Pacino's been here,
like this.
President's been here, and do it in their voices and have them all put in the chatterbox over.
Mm-hmm. All right, so here we go. You guys ready?
Yes.
You get an all expenses paid steamy night in paradise with any cartoon character. Who are you inviting?
So I'm supposed to have an intimate evening with a cartoon character?
Mm-hmm. All expenses paid, steamy night.
That one's easy.
Huh?
He's going Jessica Rabbit.
You would think, wouldn't you? You would think.
I would because of our generation.
Exactly. But I look at Wilma. Or I look at Betty. I'm sorry, Betty. Betty Rubble.
She was so dismissive.
Huh?
She was so submissive because she was so submissive.
No, she was just cool. She wasn't nagging all the time like Wilma was. Betty just went along with the flow pretty much, but Wilma was a biatch. So
cartoon character. Oh, okay, so I got it.
Okay.
Dean's Scooby-Doo character in Supernatural. When they got sucked into Scooby-Doo and he became a Scooby-Doo character.
Can I change mine?
Of course it is.
Can I change mine?
What's that?
From Scooby-Doo, not the redhead, but the dark hair.
Not Velma, but Daphne.
The blonde hair?
No, Daphne.
Daphne's redhead. So Velma is brunette.
The brunette.
Oh, the short nerdy one.
The nerdy one, Velma.
Yes,
you want Velma?
Yeah,
not Daphne? Velma gets.
Because he knows Velma's going to be afraid.
I respect that because I don't feel like Velma gets enough credit.
Oh, Velma.
Because let's be honest, she was not an unfortunate looking.
No, let me show you.
And she was built.
Let me show you. Let me show you.
What the hell is wrong with you? You're basing that off the movie. See, we grew up on the cartoon.
Look at the cartoon. See.
Wow.
That's my Halloween costume right there, honey. What do you think? Think I'd win the costume? See? Think I'd win the Halloween costume?
Of course you would. Mine would be Jim.
Who?
Jim?
Who's Jim?
G-E-M.
Jim?
Jim and the holograms. You don't remember Jim and the holograms? You remember Jim and the holograms.
I wrote down.
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Listeners know, I promise you. Okay.
We get it. You have
showing us the Velma porn,
fetish,
Chris.
Okay.
We see
You
that.
really, okay.
He has showed us one.
The fact that you have these ready to go really has,
It's a thing called Google.
It's scary.
Here's the great thing about the two views. I never know which direction a certain subject is going to take us.
That's a fact.
Velma's hot.
But the fact that you have that.
Shout out to all
both
them.
like ready to go. Like that was a lie.
You really don't remember Jim and the hologram?
You just happened to Google.
I
That's
typed
what it
in
pulled
sexy Velma.
up. You know where to go though.
Google. And it pulled up images.
And it said, "Oh, hey, Chris, we remember you. Here you go."
Here's your browsing history from the last time you pulled it up.
Well, probably, yeah. That was because she is hot. So it was a shout out to all the nerdy girls out there, the ladies that are beautiful, nerdy.
So who the hell is Jim? I don't know what he's talking about.
I have no idea.
Okay, it's a show.
I drink.
I don't.
Did I leave it outside? I bet I did.
Right there.
It's over there.
Okay. I guess.
All the way over there.
Yeah, so it's called Jim and the Holograms. That was a show in the 80s, and she was a rock star. She lived a double life where,
That's where you
no
lost
one
me.
really knew, if I'm remembering this right, no one really knew who she was in her civilian clothes, but then she was a rock star at night.
Okay.
It was mostly kind of, you'll see it. Let's see.
Yeah, her?
That's it. Yeah, Jim, yeah. Y'all don't remember her?
Never seen it. Seriously.
No, I've never seen
It was a real big cartoon in the 80s.
Not, obviously not.
It really was.
I know, but I didn't never seen it. So
Apparently, they made a real Lifetime movie about Jim and the holograms. Did you know that?
I didn't, but it doesn't surprise me.
I have
when
heard
that
of
come
it.
out? That's probably come out like 91.
I have heard of
90.
I have
When they were
heard-
trying to grab like the last of the...
Well, it says from the studio that brought you Pitch Perfect and Never Say Never. So, I mean, it was in 2000s.
somebody biting on the stage.
I think I have heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Well, I never really watched any of the episodes, but she was kind of like in the era where where like G.I. Joe and anything military was always focused, kid-wise, was focused towards boys.
What about Smurfette?
Smurfette. She was a whore.
What about Gargamel?
Sir Smurfette was a whore. You can't tell me the one girl in there with 99 others or however many of them damn bastards there were.
How did they get 99?
Yeah, where'd they all come from? No wonder Papa Smurf was great.
Papa was yeah. He was 30.
I don't think there was any more cartoon characters that did it for me that I had a weird attraction to, and none's popping to mind, but watch it later on and be like, oh, damn.
About Fred from...
No.
Fred was a whiny bitch.
Fred and
Scooby-Doo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Give me some other male cartoon characters.
Fred Flintstone.
He was pretentious. Fred Flintstone. No, Fred Flintstone was hard. He was a numbskull.
You know who... We have a buddy that Fred Flintstone reminds me of. I'll tell you.
Yeah, you have a buddy.
Captain Planet. I take him
Planet.
for a spin. He could get it.
What about Superman?
Captain Planet could get it.
Planet could get it.
What about
He's all built and shit, right?
Yeah. He
Would
could get it.
Would you not be better to go with Stretch Armstrong?
Hey, what about Batman? Because Batman was a cartoon, and that dude's a billionaire.
What about Spider-Man?
Look, he's a billionaire with a very dangerous job with a high probability of death. That might be a way you should go. You should go Batman.
I don't know. With Spider-Man, I feel like in a relationship, there should only be one of us who gets a little sticky, not both of us. What's this?
It would just be him. It would just be one of you.
Say again?
Yeah, it would just be one of you. He'd be...
I don't know. I thought it sounded
Hey,
good.
remember when I said something last week and you're like, I said, hey, let's edit that out. You're like, no.
Yeah, here we go.
But think about that. Batman is a billionaire. He's going to leave you his money. And he has a job with a high probability of death risk.
Okay.
I'm allergic to bullshit.
Here is the question about that. Am I sleeping with Bruce Wayne or Batman? Because That's two exclusively different
But
people.
it was still the
because
same.
as Batman,
But it was still the same cartoon. So you'd be sleeping with Bruce Wayne.
Batman, he's
Wanna
not.
be-
I'm not going to get part of that money because he's not going to be the billionaire. He is only a billionaire as Bruce Wayne, like a known
But
billionaire.
they're the same
as Bruce Wayne.
person.
Have you
But
seen his
most
outfit?
people don't know that Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Have you
That's
seen
why
his
he
cars and
dresses as
stuff?
Batman.
Right,
That
but
is
he's still
his-
Bruce Wayne. You'd
Have
be
you
with
seen his
Bruce
cars?
Wayne.
So again, my question is,
Have you
and
seen his
all
cars?
the freaking comic nerds in? Well, I'm sorry, I don't mean nerds in like a bad way because I'm a Harry Potter nerd.
We actually hold
Sorry,
nerds
we
in
don't
high esteem.
support Courtney's derogatory comment.
I'm just saying they would understand my question right now. Am I sleeping with Bruce Wayne the cartoon or Batman the cartoon? Because
They're the same person now.
They are, but they're not.
But they are. It's just him in a costume.
Yeah, but if he's Batman, I'm not going to know that he's Bruce Wayne because he's dressed up as Batman.
He just
So am I
calls
sleeping
himself
with him in his
Batman when
Batman
he-
costume, or am I sleeping with him as Bruce Wayne?
Well, that's up to you. If you're into some kinky shit, get with the Batman costume, I guess.
I'm just saying, I probably wouldn't know that he's Batman.
How's he going to sleep with you in that costume anyway?
How many
He's
of
got
us
a cod
women
piece in
knows
there.
that he's Batman?
But he's got a cod piece in that costume.
What about Inspector Gadget?
Hey, there you go.
Depends on what gadget he has.
I'm just saying.
Geez, so you got a bullet in that thing? What do you got in there?
Or something that vibrates.
Go Gadget Silver Bullet.
Something that suctions it.
Hey, speaking of AI,
You got to pick your own size over there. Speaking of AI.
Can you like detect certain?
AI is blowing up. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you're like super into this AI. How do we keep circling back? Why do you keep circling us back to AI? Like you really have
Because
you're
he's
really
having
stuck with
ideas
it.
right
when
now.
they take over,
Listen,
when
I
they take
get it,
over, I'll
I
be
get
in
it.
charge.
I get being friendly, but
He's having a lot of ideas right now. That's what that is.
you got something brown right here.
you're damn Skippy. I do.
Oh.
Oh,
And when y'all are like, we should have been nice.
that's dead. See if yours is ready to go. Way to go! You killed it.
Mine's on orange, but it'll work.
Oh, we good enough.
See, I got another fast charger at home.
There it is.
Look at how pretty that is. Yeah. So, oh yeah, AI.
Here, baby.
He has no. He could care less about
Okay.
AI.
Okay.
Okay, here's my worry.
Can I ask a question real quick? Or go ahead. Huh?
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. No.
Tell me
No.
your
Go
work.
ahead. No. Go ahead.
I was gonna. I don't want to sidetrack from what you were gonna ask, or say, but I was gonna ask what you guys think the next big invention, thing to, boom, the next big thing to be invented. Is it gonna be
Something medical. I don't know what, but I don't know. I think we're on the cusp of.
now? Can I ask you another question real fast to circle back? Do you think that big development is gonna be based on AI?
Do you think the
what? I'm sorry.
The next big creation. Do you think AI is going to have involvement?
It's
in
definitely going to be with the support of AI. There's no doubt in my mind. And I think, you know what I think the actual thing's going to be? I think it's going to be the next biggest evolution for humanity will be us being a multi-planet species.
The only reason I'm saying,
My opinion. I think
okay,
we'll be
okay,
we'll be
okay.
a
Here,
multi-planet species.
here's my thing. It's either going to be military or medical, and the only reason I'm going with medical is because there's a lot of stuff now that's done robotically, like a lot of laparoscopic,
Yeah.
You know what I'm hoping? No joke. I'm hoping that they figure out the spinal cord.
That would be cool.
And then they can go in there with chips or whatever and fix your spine. That's what I hope. That's why I'm like, yeah.
Because at this point, I think
You ever watched Star Trek back in the day? They had those.
No, I had a job.
Because you had a job, yeah. But they used to have these little nanobots that they could put in their bloodstream or something.
I watched a few episodes.
Yeah. That'll be what it is. They'll have something so microscopic it'll be in your bloodstream.
They're already doing the brain chips, to fix people help with walking.
I'm just saying, as
give you one
reference to the spine from the Dr. Death documentary and all that stuff. I would at this point trust a robot more to do anything with the spine than I would.
You take the human error factor out of it.
Well, I got to interject.
Did you ever
I got to interject.
Hear about that Dr. Death documentary stuff? He was a spinal surgeon and he messed up a lot of people, because he didn't know what he was doing. He skated through med school because he invented something that ended up not even working out to begin with, but they thought it was going to be this new innovative thing. So they signed off on hours that he didn't actually complete. So, and then he became a spinal surgeon, and he paralyzed some people. He caused a lot of people a lot of pain, and he killed some people. Yeah, because he didn't know what the hell he was doing.
I had very, 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 very good doctors.
Yeah.
Extremely. I was
saying, you watch that and you listen to the podcast, or there's like, it's on Peacock. There's a TV series has Joshua Jackson plays the doctor, but it's the true doc. Like,
I wasn't familiar with that story, but
if you watch it, it's literally gonna ever, like, if you ever have back problems, it's really gonna make you second guess to ever.
Do I really want to go get surgery?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sitting right here.
But that's like one of the.
Well, yeah, but you got hurt.
But somebody like that's like that's one of them gazillion chances that you find somebody like that. I mean, that one dude was a psycho. He's not your average doctor.
Hello, my name is Courtney. I don't know if you've met me and have seen my luck that I have with things. So if anybody was to find that doctor that is like 1 in a million,
it'd be you.
It would be me. So totally would be me. And I'm not. I mean, I'm just not making that up. That's just a thing.
We call it a shit magnet.
Luck is just where preparation and opportunity meet.
I mean, my mom has always made the statement. She's always like, I don't know why, but she's like, for some reason, you've always had it harder than most people. She's like, things just didn't.
That's what you tell me. You said you always take the hard road.
Well, I just not so much taking the hard road. I just get served it. And
You're forced to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And then, like, hell, Blake
most of our bad luck is really just our shit decisions, and it's the consequences of it.
Hey, you remember me? Your consequences.
Okay, maybe that's just me.
I was talking about in life in general things I've had to go through.
Oh, I got you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you've had.
I'm saying luck wise, that's like hell. Blake told me he even made the comment to one of our coworkers at the liquor store when we were going through that thing with Avery. He said, "It's Courtney." She's like, she doesn't have the best luck. It's not going to be good.
Yeah,
and it turned out not to be good. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I was saying it's just a known fact about.
But you just
or
have
maybe
bad
not a
luck.
known fact, but yeah.
You have bad life luck.
So I'm just saying, if anybody wants to find that spinal doctor.
Well, see, you could have told me this 5 years ago.
I know, honey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
5 years ago?
Yeah, I know. If only you could turn back time, huh?
Well, I'm invested now.
I got a question for you.
Gee, thanks.
Jeez Louise, some dummy made a stupid wish and now all inanimate objects can talk. What household appliance won't stop hitting on you?
Oh, my Puffco. Well, I don't know. We're intimate, and sometimes she's a dirty girl.
Okay. Stop hitting on me? I guess the peak flow that we got here. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, the Puffco peak.
Yeah, we're suck on it. I don't know.
Mine would be the vacuum cleaner.
By the way, that scene from Scary Movie, Doopy comes out with a vacuum cleaner.
Don't bother me when I'm cleaning my room.
But don't you have to bother me while I'm cleaning my room? She comes out with a vacuum cleaner in hand and his whitey tighties.
That was a good movie.
It was.
Oh.
What's the next question?
Time for a round of shots, but the bar only has condiments left. What condiment are you throwing back?
Ketchup. All day, every day.
Bar condiments. Like garnishes.
Pickle juice.
Time for a round of shots, but the bar only has condiments left.
Pickle juice.
I guess it would be food condiments, huh?
But yeah, it would not be pickle juice.
Mine would be pickle juice.
Yeah, mine would be pickle juice.
Yeah, pineapple juice.
Yeah.
That'd be mine.
Pineapple juice.
That's not a condiment. That's a beverage. A condiment is your mayonnaise ketchup.
At a bar? I said a round of shots.
Pickle juice is as much as
a round of shots at a bar.
You got to shoot something.
I see it. You don't have to put it closer.
What's the next question? Courtney's is.
Oh, we already did that one.
Oh.
You wake up tomorrow to find you're married to your 7th grade crush. What's your life like now?
Who was my 7th grade crush? I had a girlfriend in 7th grade.
Mine was Jeremy. I'm just going to say Jeremy. I'm not going to give a last name. I think 7th grade. I think that was 7th grade. That's when it started.
A teacher passed away a long time ago. He was a great guy.
No, it wasn't Jeremy. Oh my God, I cannot believe I even forgot. It was Robert.
Was it really?
Robert, yes. I was in love with that boy from 6th grade. I really was. He was my first. Yeah, I think Jeremy was a mix in there at one point, but I don't know if that was middle school or high school. That was one of the two.
Probably somewhere in the middle.
I want to say it was definitely Robert, for sure. I know 6th grade, 7th grade, probably Robert.
I said mine was a teacher, but he passed away a few years back.
You're an idiot. But what would it look like now? I don't. What would your life? What's your life like now if you were married to your 7th grade crush?
Oh, shoot!
Wow.
Now I gotta be serious. Let me see.
I mean,
so you lived like you were married with your 7th grade crush.
Yeah,
like you actually lived that life.
Yeah, for a little bit.
So you know what it looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to be new to you.
No, so
you wouldn't have to guess.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like luck found you with that question.
Preparation and opportunity. What about you? Who was your 7th grade girlfriend, crush, whatever?
I had a girl named. There was a girl named Mary Ann, and she was nerdy, but she was hot. Like,
she wouldn't happen to live on Gilligan's Island, would she?
No, but that one was hot.
Yeah, she was hot too.
She was.
Was she friends with Professor and Ginger?
Yeah, she went on a cruise, and I never heard from her again. Never heard from her.
Never to be seen again.
She said she was going on a 3-hour tour.
We never heard from her.
Never heard from her again. Crazy.
The skipper and Gilligan.
Some radio report. How those motherfuckers keep that radio going?
I know, right? Like,
come from?
Well, that's where the professor stepped in. He was able to concoct some shit with some coconuts.
I would have. I would have had.
Well, they were. He
got
did.
Some shit with some coconuts.
I would have had. I would have drowned Gilligan.
And then he had the two.
Like that dumbass is getting on my nerves. We're drowning him.
And
every time they're almost free, like rescued, he
messes it up.
Yeah, and then he had the two most useless people, the freaking Howls. Like that. What did they contribute? They were rich nobodies.
So you had like three people, and everybody else was a liability.
That was extra food resources.
The only thing with the Howls, is it was notoriety for people looking for them.
Yeah.
I go with that.
And Ginger, because
but they're already missing. People are going to know that they're missing at that point. They have a
they're going to get back to their money, and then they're going to have all the
in the 70s. People didn't give a shit. It wasn't like today.
Again, 70s, they have an accident. How are they going to prove otherwise?
No, I'm saying when they all go out to sea and they don't come back, they're like, "Oh, where's the Howls?" Because he was like a tycoon. So a tycoon goes missing versus a homeless person goes missing. They're going to notice that tycoon, right? Which is wrong. They should notice everybody. But I'm saying the premise to Gilligan's Island.
I think you don't do that way too much.
I think I dug in that rabbit hole way too hard.
Well, it happens.
And there was an awful lot of people on that island for them to be on that island alone.
Yeah, I know, like that tribe, like, wasn't there at one point a tribe that kidnapped someone? And, like,
that tribe called Quest.
That was the most visited, deserted island.
It really was.
They should have opened up
Okay, but here again, it's 3 hours away. It's not like it was like a long way away.
3 hours in the water is pretty.
That's a lot of coverage.
That's a lot.
I know, but you're telling me there's no other boats that go that far.
No, that island is not recognized by
ship.
Yeah, like 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they know where that island is if you're only 3 hours away.
It could have been that. Like, there's not a map. Nobody owns a freaking map.
And he concocted all these things to make. He made all this stuff.
I mean, look at the huts.
But he couldn't get one thing to get that boat going.
Yeah, no, right? Like, get back to that. But they had huts. They had beds. They had tables. They had all this crap.
They had everything. That movie is that show is so full of shit. That's why I like Three's Company.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I'm going to get my drink on this table right over here.
Oh, yeah, you are.
That's why I like Three's Company.
Yeah.
Come and knock on our door.
Come and knock on our door.
Take a step that is new.
Take a step that is new.
Whether here, whether
It's his and
hers and her is Three's Company. Whatever, I can't remember.
You're the what? Your generation.
What about his and hers and his hers and his and hers? Hers and his and her. Yeah, that would make sense.
There you go.
But yeah, Larry in there too.
I'm probably wrong about that.
Yeah, Larry.
No, you're right about this. Hers and his and hers. Three's Company.
All right, what about Lamaze?
You know, I never did watch a lot of Laverne and Shirley. I know that sounds bad.
Yeah, I didn't either. I could never get into Laverne and Shirley.
It's a spinoff of Happy Days.
When my Gunsmoke, that was the one my dad got me watching. I enjoyed watching Gunsmoke with him.
I've watched a few episodes.
I like Gunsmoke. He liked Bonanza. I didn't get into Bonanza as much.
He's talking some throwback shows.
Yeah, oh, hell yeah. I loved Andy Griffith's show.
Yeah, I like Andy Griffith.
That's how you know I'm really old and white.
I like Helen Crump.
I bet you did.
And on Freaky Days, I like Aunt Bee.
Yeah. You know, the sad part was that he was probably like 43.
You know, her and Andy Griffith did not get along.
Really?
Not in real life, no.
Have you ever seen his very first role he did where he was his first role, he was actually a serial killer? And he was like a dark role, and he was dark in it. I can't think of the name of it. You could probably just Google Andy Griffith and, dark role or as a serial killer or whatever. But it was like one of his first real notarized, roles that he was recognized for at any point. But it was like a real dark role, and it was one of the only dark roles he did, and then everything he did after that, it was we went to light stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Andy Griffith a lot.
I saw where I saw that. And I could totally be remembering that wrong. Of course, everybody knows that you should take everything we say on this podcast as fact.
What's another good show?
We have no idea what the fuck we're talking about most of the time. Don't take anything we say as fact.
Some of my favorite sitcoms. MASH.
Oh, MASH is a good one, yeah.
MASH, yeah. We're talking probably... You watched MASH, didn't you?
A little bit here and there.
Married with Children.
Married with Children.
Dude, that was a great one.
So, like, the older shows that I really watched a lot of, to a certain point.
Elf?
No. So, Happy Days.
Happy Days was good. I like that.
Bewitched. I Love Lucy.
The Honeymooners.
Jeannie.
You know, the impressive things about some of those old shows like I Love Lucy and all that is like 90% of I Love Lucy was filmed in either their bedroom or their living room or their kitchen. Right? I mean, there was a few scenes they would have outside of that, but almost the entire thing, that means you got to rely truly on the writing, truly on the storytelling, because you have no other support. You don't have
kind of like
surroundings to help you.
Kind of like Married with Children, too.
So, yeah, almost all of theirs was in that is either
living room,
in the bedroom of them, the shoe store,
his garage.
Yeah, his garage. They had like 6 or 8 sets.
Sometimes the Marcy Darcy's.
Right, but they had like just a handful of sets and very little to work with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a good show though. It's funny.
It was, but you compare that to some of the shows now where they're everywhere. But
you're right.
That's not true. I think most sitcoms are kind of that way. Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory, yeah.
I mean,
I love some Big Bang Theory.
I do too. Kayla Kuko.
Sheldon's my favorite.
Dude, she was and is fine.
Bang.
And funny. Seems like she's got laid back. She just looks funny.
She played in that movie with Kevin Hart, and she played like a bitch in it. And I was like, man, she played that role like.
You ever watch Kevin Hart and
Wedding Ringer?
Kevin Hart and The Rock banter back and forth?
Yeah.
I thought about that today. I seen a video of those two doing that, and I thought, man, that's me and Chris right there. That's literally how we go back and forth at each other.
But speaking of Kelly Kuko, her first time we saw her was in that one sitcom with John,
my wife, or 8.
John Ratnott.
13 rules for dating. 18 rules for dating.
18 simple rules.
8 simple rules.
8 simple rules. That's what it was. 8 simple rules
but
for dating.
She was originally on that until he, had that unfortunate aneurysm that killed him. But he was good. I'm sorry. He was a very great actor.
John Ritter was a great actor.
For his slapstick style.
Problem Child, classic. Loved that. Grew up on those movies. He played the dad.
He was like a stuntman in his own right,
Yeah.
I mean, he was just a theatric comedic actor.
John Ritter. He was in, he was in Sling Blade. Remember? The little boy that befriended Carl, it was his dad, I guess either his stepdad or his dad, I don't recall, but he was his father figure. And he played that little boy's father figure in it.
All right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he was good in it.
John Ritter, he was a good actor.
Yeah, he was a great actor.
But yeah, Is it Problem Child? Yeah, it was Problem Child because there was 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, but he did all those. Every single one of them was good too. I loved them all.
Yeah.
And then, like I said,
because he could do dramatic acting and comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, he was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He played a robot stepdad. He was trying to marry in, and that was kind of more like a serious. He wasn't as funny in that role. You know how he always did like
in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
He was trying to marry Joyce. Yeah.
Oh, I do remember that. You're right. He reminds me of what's his name? Used to talk really fast. Well, played in Peter Pan.
I didn't watch Peter Pan.
Mrs. Doubtfire. Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Now there's another really good out because he could do dramatic and comedy.
But in the voices
and his stand up, you go back and listen to his stand up was off the charts.
His voices were great, like the way he could do like different. It was just crazy.
But my understanding of his situation, and I don't mean any ill intent, obviously.
Yeah, he's a very depressed person.
Yeah, I thought he's really battled with depression bad.
Yeah, but a lot of comedians do. Like, I mean,
but to get to that humor, they go into dark places. The humor a lot of times is how they deal with the darkness. I was explaining that to Addie, and was it Addie? No, I'm sorry. I was explaining to one of our friends at the box. And I was saying, me and Courtney actually deal personally with grief differently. We don't deal with it the exact same way. Courtney deals with it on, taking just, only having a conversation with me or her mother or, somebody that she's real personally close to, like having those close, intimate conversations.
I just don't like. There's only a few people I like to.
Right. And I said, whereas with me, I felt the more I talked about it, like it was like getting reps in. The more I talked about it, the better I felt.
Yeah.
But I explained, that's just how we're different. Hey, welcome back, big guy.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I still don't even really talk about it. I keep a lot of it. Yeah. I will occasionally.
I'm just talking about how we deal with grief in general. Just, definitely
not a fun experience to go through.
Well, the Robert stuff earlier got me thinking about that too.
Yeah. Well, Robert, like I said, really, that was a very hard situation to go through. But us losing Avery just kind of, that is a whole different other ballpark in itself, like a different league. So.
Yeah. Neither one of them anybody needs to go through, losing a spouse or a child. Yeah. It's not something anybody needs to go through.
No, they don't.
Ever.
Anyways.
Didn't mean to turn that dark.
But.
I walked away on a different note.
Damn, he said, I'll come back and y'all.
I mean, I know it's just a time.
We took it there.
It was just talking shit podcast, but sometimes just talking shit turns into be a little bit serious.
It does. But, yeah.
I'm a stupid imbecile.
Courtney and I have got this a theme. We always say in our relationship, we're a team. We're always a team. So everything we've dealt with, though, we always deal with as a team. And that's the positive thing. That's, is that we always stay strong as a team. And to be honest with you, and not to get all sappy, but it's been nice to feel that security of knowing that, okay, it's not just me, it's us.
Yeah.
That it's I know that you got mine, I got yours kind of thing. Like, not that I haven't, had relationships where there was that present, but the sense of security I feel now is a little different. I feel like I'm just way more comfortable in it. I don't feel like my guard has to be up as much. Like, I don't feel like I have to present a guard up.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
I take a lot less, there's not near as many defenses in my, securities that I put for myself.
I would agree.
And that's been nice to have that security that I haven't had to, I haven't felt like I needed to do that.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad.
Now it's mushy.
I'm letting y'all have
all right.
I would,
no, y'all do a couple of therapy.
We would let you interject, but no one wants to be with you.
Just sitting.
Well, it's just because no one wants to be with you, so you don't have a way to interject.
I'm happy with that. Very happy with that.
That wasn't very nice.
That's not true. Listen, the crazy thing is you literally, you check the boxes on so many levels for these girls. Like, he's a fucking hero.
Nope.
I know you don't say it. Shut up.
Nope, not a hero.
I know you don't think it, but others do. So
let me tell you why I'm not a hero real fast.
Because you were just doing your job, is what you always say.
Because a hero is somebody that's not trained.
I disagree.
If a guy's walking down the street and he sees a house on fire and he sees somebody trapped and he rescues that person, he put his life in harm's way. That's not his job. He's not trained for that. That guy's a hero. I did exactly what I was paid to do, what the citizens expect me to do, just like I would expect a firefighter to do if they showed up in my house.
But you still accepted
there you go.
You still took a very high level of risk doing what you did every day.
You mean I did my job?
Hey, so can I tell you something I heard the other day on a TV show?
See, I try to put
and
you
you
over,
don't get like offended by it.
Hmm?
And you don't get like offended by it. I don't know if you get.
I don't get.
I don't think you would get offended by it, but it was just kind of funny when I heard it. So I remember to say it. You ever seen that show House?
Yeah, I love House.
So he says to one episode, he said, firefighters are just people. He get paid to go against their basic survival instinct of self-preservation.
That's pretty
get
good.
Paid to go through training to go against their self-preservation.
You volunteered to join a group that runs in burning buildings for a living.
Wrong though. Yeah. I mean, because
That's pretty fucking. That in itself is heroic. Just the fact that you do it is heroic.
But he just. I was like, he's not wrong. They are paid to be trained to go against their.
To literally go against their survival instincts.
When you're crawling into houses and bugs are crawling out, or rats are crawling out, or cats are even getting out. That's telling you it's not an environment you need
to be in.
Right.
Yeah.
It's still fun.
Yeah, no, it's just.
And think of how many lives you've saved over the years.
Listen, I'm not done. I think it's admirable that people that choose to go into that type of profession, along with police officers, I know they get a lot of them get a bad rep because there are some bad apples. Because with every profession, you're always going to have, the ones that make it bad, and unfortunately,
there's assholes in every walk of life.
For every success, I've had just as many, if not more, failures, and it's better. It was a great job. I loved it. But
yeah,
how many of those successes wouldn't have been successes if you hadn't have been?
Well, like I said, I'm not a hero, but I've worked with several. That's the cool thing.
Well, we talked about this outside earlier, and I told you, Courtney's uncle is a fireman, and these two both have spoke very highly of each other. You can see that there's an utmost respect and a confidence that they know when the other one's on the scene, we're going to be all right. And they both have earned it, and we've heard it from other members, other colleagues they've had. That's just they all say the same thing. So.
Thank you.
He can say what he wants to say. We're proud of him. We love him.
Thank you. I'm a piece of shit.
And he's still a piece of shit.
Thank you.
Oh,
thank you.
And don't ever ask me to say anything nice about you again.
Thank you. So nice. That's very nice.
Thank you. I hate you. After your therapy session right there, I'm glad y'all can be nice.
Don't be a hater.
Put your tampon. I'm sorry.
You made him feel like a third wheel.
Mm-hmm. I was sitting over here all by myself.
Good.
It's a Just Talking Shit podcast with Chris, Courtney, and Josh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because Chris sits here all by himself.
Gosh.
Nobody will call him. Thank you.
So with that being said, ladies, Chris is single.
He is. He's a good one.
I'm single,
but you have to be good one.
And he's a hero.
I'm single, but my core's engaged.
What does that even mean?
What does that mean?
That's a therapy joke. You got to keep your core engaged. Because it supports your back. It supports your back. See, my core's engaged. Check it.
God, he's like.
So you say. How am I supposed to know?
I'm single. But my core's engaged.
There you go, ladies. I mean, if that does not sell you, I don't know what will.
That's why I sit on my big ball.
Ladies, he knows how to engage his core, so just
look.
I don't know what else you need to know about
You know what? Here's the thing. Here, we do have a Just Talking Shit Gmail.
Right. Put it in the comments.
I'll put that in the comments. The Just Talking Shit. Okay.
I can put it in the comments.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You don't want to put your email
God, you're about to take me out on that.
Write that time down. Where we at?
It's 1:40. My notepad's over there. Yeah. You got notes. Anyways, I remember to do that 1:40.
141.
Mark it. Oh, I can mark it.
Right on? Yeah.
Mark.
Now you'll see it. Or have it on.
Yeah, I'll mark it and then I can go back. So yeah, I'll put the Just Talking Shit email down below. But where was I going with that before that?
Trying to hook me up.
Oh, I'm gonna get an email or I'm going to get an application set up. So just email if you're interested. I'll send it to you. Fill it out, and I will go through it.
There will not be one email received.
Surely you'll get some. I can't promise you the quality.
Yeah.
He's going to have low quality and low quantity.
I'm just saying I'll do a screening process, and I'll set you up, and we'll get you. But just know, whoever does come around, you got to be able to handle your shit. Can't be sensitive. Definitely cannot be sensitive.
Oh, you talking about the girl?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I was like, I'm not sensitive.
This girl can't be all in her. She can't be all up in her feels and all sensitive and stuff around you. That's not going to work. And, she can't be a thin skinned. She's got to be able to be.
And you just got to be able to mesh in. You know, that's what I'm saying. We got a good thing going in right here. She's got a good thing going on right here.
She's got to be able to fire back just as fast as she.
And no crazy ones, for the love of God. No batshit crazy people.
You tend to like those.
Again, that's why I'm doing this screening.
I like it.
This one's now we need that dude that says emotional damage.
Yeah,
that's
I know, right?
That's the ones he likes.
Hold on.
Hold on. That's a good song.
That's a good song.
That's another gave me that joke. He plays guitar. Hold on.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Are you doing all this work just to find that one voice, that one sound bite?
Maybe.
We do. Should we? That's one.
Find someone unexpected.
No, that's not it. I don't want that. No. Well, that's weird.
That's weird.
There he is.
Well, here he goes.
Is he?
The highest on. Oh, that's a new level. They just released it. So many people in Asia complained it was too easy, so they made this.
Was that what I'm watching right now? Emotional damage. That kind of sound like
I don't think it's gonna play.
No. A leaf. Was it poisonous? I think you pressed L2.
Yeah, that's not working out. All right, let's bypass that.
Nope, that was horrible.
Emotional damage.
All the way to that. There it is. Wow. Whew, that was anticlimactic.
That was a long way to get there.
That was.
Okay, I got it.
Emotion.
I would date Chris. He's a great guy.
Who is that?
Morgan Freeman.
He would date you?
Mm-hmm.
I would date Chris. He's a great guy.
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you make that a female voice?
Because if even Morgan Freeman with his gentle voice would date a guy like me, that should tell you the quality of person. That
it is.
I wonder sometimes how he gets to write his rationale. Like,
it is Pride Month.
But
yeah, we're offensive, but we don't mean it.
No, I love it. I don't mean it in an offensive way.
Yeah, we could be those people, be like, no, my best friend is, so it's okay.
Yeah, that always works.
Yeah, it always works.
Get down with Chris.
That was supposed to be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He goes down on Chris?
No, he said get down. He said get down. Get down.
Yeah.
But that's what he tells you.
It's a speech impediment, right? That makes it sound like...
I hate you.
See, why do you make this so easy?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to get mad at us, but then you just set yourself up for it.
You just really like to play.
I love Courtney's speech impediment.
Who was that supposed to be?
Batman?
Mm-hmm.
I love Courtney's speech impediment.
Most people do. It brings a smile to their face because they're laughing so hard.
You know this is.
I thought I talked fucked up.
I thought I what?
He said, I thought I talked fucked up.
I thought I talked fucked up.
Cartman from South Park.
Yes. That's a funny show, too.
Oh, yeah. I love me some South Park.
By Stewie.
Dude, my dad loves that show. That's one of his favorites.
It's hilarious. There's one time I got stoned. It was with Lee. Hold on. All right.
So we apologize for the constant having to pause. This
Now
is what
we'll be
happens
taken out.
when we partake in our fun stuff here at the Talking Shit podcast. When we're trying to work on that endorsement from Puffco, it tends to cause us to lose train of thought and just talk shit until we go, what were we talking about? Hold on a minute. It happens all the time.
100%.
Yeah, completely forgot what we were talking about, though.
Yeah, I don't remember where we were at. I was trying to do this, and
well, I mean,
Chris is too busy playing with his phone.
Are we?
We're boring, Chris. Apparently.
No, I was trying to make a Stephen
How's
Hawking.
TikTok working out for you over there, big guy?
Great.
What all's going on next? Can you tell us that?
Hey, you know what? That's what I should have done when y'all were having your therapy session. I just started talking to AI.
God, you were so salty about that.
And he started bringing up saying he was trying to turn tables on me.
Yeah.
That's my.
You're jealous right now.
That wasn't jealous. He tried turning me. He said he's over there with his TikTok. I wasn't on TikTok.
Now, boys.
I was on TikTok. I was making Stephen Hawking's voice. Thank you.
Okay.
That's what I was doing. Thank you.
Okay. I believe you.
So,
I'm not sure how that.
Well, do we have anything else, or you still want to play the game? We done?
Yeah, we can play the game. Okay. We still have what, about 11 minutes?
Yeah.
All right, we can get another card or 2 or 12 or 10 or 9 or 1 or 7 or 6 in. She didn't like that card. Silver says, try another one. Nope. And next one. Nope. And the next one. Any day now.
They're as great as I would like them.
It's like a choose your own card game.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump in here.
Yeah, somebody do that.
All right, honey, I got one for you. This is a good one for you. So, quick. Pick a cooking show and make it sexier. What's one of your favorite? Because you watch a bunch of cooking shows. So which one of your cooking shows could you make sexier?
Okay. So
actually, you know what? Let me change that question because I think I got I'm inspired to ask a better question.
It's cooking,
No, a better cooking question.
Okay.
How would you make a sexy cooking show?
It's not a better question.
That's a great question.
No, it's not.
How would you make one? There's a wrestler that I've seen her she wrestles for AEW. Her name's Thunder Rosa. Badass wrestler. But she actually has a podcast that she does, or like a cooking thing that she does, a cooking show she does, and cooking in her underwear.
Well, yeah.
She literally answered
that, yeah.
How do I make cooking sexy? Well, I'll do it in my underwear. And her show's like,
I wouldn't mind doing
underwear.
that if I had the body for it. I just don't have the body for it.
I would mind you doing that.
You wouldn't mind me doing that?
I would. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I thought you said that.
I'm greedy. I want to hide that. I want that all to myself. I'm greedy.
I really thought you were like, oh, I wouldn't mind. I
wouldn't mind.
Are you trying to promote?
No.
By any means necessary.
No.
But how I would make a cooking show sexier, Hell's Kitchen and Gordon Ramsay is already pretty sexy.
She has a hidden crush on Gordon. I don't even know that it's hidden. She has a crush on Gordon Ramsay too.
I really do.
She's somehow her like celebrity cheat list, whatever you call that, your yard pass, your whatever you want to call that.
Hall pass.
I would never, I don't think that I would ever actually.
She's got like 28 hall passes. I get like 1.
Listen.
And they better be somebody I stand.
Listen.
And it has to be somebody I stand not a snowball's chance in hell of ever even seeing in person.
Velma.
Listen. Do I think Gordon Ramsay is good looking? Yes. Whatever. Actually, with him, no. I don't think I would ever go that far with him. I more idolize him more than I am attracted to him. I respect him. I would like to meet him. I would like to meet him more on a professional cooking wise level than I would anything else. And I would love to eat at his restaurant.
But not a UT baseball head coach, Tony Vitello.
No, Tony.
She said Tony can get it.
Tony could definitely get it.
This is my woman saying these things. Wow.
I love you, honey.
See, I don't have to worry about wanting a celebrity because I've already got the perfect woman for me.
Oh, good God.
There's no way. There's no improving upon this. No improving upon perfection.
It's getting deep in here, folks. It's getting deep.
Just saying.
So full of it.
All right, Chris, give me your best pickup line.
How much does a polar bear weigh?
Okay.
Enough to break the ice. Hi, I'm Chris.
Wow. How did I not know he could shoot from the hip on that?
I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of obvious. That's just right in your wheelhouse of being able to just shoot from the hip.
I mean,
right off the rip.
what was his line he used on you?
To pick me up?
Yeah.
How much do you weigh?
I said, I do not exceed 300 pounds. He said, you're perfect. You qualify.
Thank you.
That's his weight limit.
I hate y'all. Hate y'all with passion. That email is hopefully going to start blowing up.
Hopefully.
Yeah. We're going to, Courtney said her email earlier, we're going to have it bleeped out, but I was like, no.
No, we have a just talking shit.
We do,
email.
yeah. I did forget about that. I just have to look it up.
Yeah.
It's on the
we have
computer.
our own email for this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But
so
we'll put it in the
I
comments.
figured since you set it up, you would have remembered that, but.
Well, did I set it up?
No.
Oh, she did. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. What else are you doing? Where's the video? Where's the video
It'll be here
for
on Thursday, thank
where's
you. It'll be here on
where's the
Thursday.
other video that we've
It'll
been
be here on
doing?
Thursday.
Where's the previous videos that we've done?
It'll be here on
Or
Thursday.
that's the cameras, not the videos.
I'm going to sell that from behind the scenes and forget about y'all.
All right, yeah, well.
I was just going to wait for her to chew him up. I was going to back up, but he don't back down.
Not at all.
Not at all. So, well, guys, this has been fun. This is a really fun one. We've laughed.
I've enjoyed it.
It's been a good podcast. We enjoyed y'all. Please come back again.
Please, and share and tell your friends and family. And like I said, just help us.
Help this thing grow.
Keep this thing going. I mean, we'll do this for as long as we possibly can.
We're going to start trying to get some guests on here. So in the comments, if you guys know of anybody, got any ideas, got any hot takes, throw it down in the comments below.
Yep.
And we want to try to get some guests on here. We want to have some military guests. We thought it'd be fun to have some of our friends that are in the military be able to come up and got to give their perspective on.
We're definitely going to have Blake on here because you get me and Blake together.
Yeah, well, we're going to have Courtney, one of her best friend.
But he won't be off till 6, so that'll be a later podcast. Not like
yeah. And he's a phenomenal guy. He's super duper guy. We've Courtney's talked about this. We've talked about this though, haven't we? About kids and friends. Like, to me, anybody that's an advocate of Courtney's is going to be a friend of mine. Or at least at worst, they're not my enemy.
Right.
If we made him our first one.
Oh, Blake?
Yeah.
No.
Our first guest.
Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter to me.
I'll see if he's interested.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
Just get our toes wet with it.
I'll go with that.
We have, I'd like to have some of our law enforcement friends, but I don't know how they feel about,
well, I mean, a lot of people don't like to talk. I mean,
won't want to talk about it being on here, especially given the nature of our podcast.
But anyways, we'll brainstorm some more of that stuff off air.
Yeah, you hear us talk about some goofy stuff. So if you guys, like I said, you know of anything, have local business owners, we'd like to get in and talk about people's business. I'd just love to support some local guys.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week.
All right, guys. Love y'all.
See you later.
See y'all next week.
Bye.
Now here.